Good morning. Today is January 6th, 2026, and it is 11:30 a.m. My name is Colleen Benson. I will be serving as the State Elections Division hearing officer today. This hearing is now in session and is being recorded to maintain a record. The purpose of this hearing is to provide an opportunity for public comment on proposed amendments to Oregon Administrative Rule 165-005-0170. In addition to the opportunity to present oral comments at this hearing, anyone may submit written comments on the proposed amendments until the close of the comment period on January 13th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Comments received after the stated comment deadline will not be reviewed or considered by the agency. No responses to questions will be made at this hearing. The agency will review issues raised during the public comment period and will send a copy of the final rule to all persons who submitted written comments or presented oral testimony. All right, so I will call names of the list of individuals logged into this hearing. If you wish to comment orally at this hearing, please use the raise your hand feature. And then I will just go down the list. And when your name is called, please state your name, email address, and the organization you represent, if any, before offering your testimony. If you have written material to enter into the record, please say so and try to summarize it. Please send a copy of that material to the Elections Division at elections.sos@sos.oregon.gov or by mail at 255 Capitol Street Northeast, Salem, Oregon 97310. Each commenter will have 5 minutes in which to make their comments. However, depending on the number of people present wishing to comment, we may need to shorten the time allowed for each commenter to accommodate everyone. If time remains and any commenter wishes to comment further, they may use a portion of the time remaining after all commenters have been called. If not all commenters are able to provide their comments during today's hearing, the Elections Division will schedule a supplemental hearing to take all comments from those who have signed up today. Commenters will also submit their comments in writing as described previously. I will begin taking comments now. So if you wish to make a comment, please raise your hand using the raise your hand feature. All right. Dad, go ahead. And
Thank you, Colleen.
Since you're the only person that has their hand raised at the moment, I'm going to give you 5 minutes.
Thank you. I just have a brief comment. I want to give my support for the draft rules as they have been revised and presented for approval. As a county clerk in Oregon, I want to reiterate, we have a great partnership with DMV and the staff there. And to reiterate again how important it is the role they play in voter registration in Oregon as the face of voter registration. They are the frontline workers to Oregonians that register to vote, mostly in Oregon now, more so than county clerks are. So we've put a lot of work into the rules that are being drafted, ensuring that there's a lot of training that goes forward for voter registration at DMV, so that those frontline workers know the questions to ask and the documents that they look at, and to ensure they're proving the correct information for the voters. And I just want to provide support for how they're written, and I think it's going to help them immensely. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Virginia, you also have about 5 minutes if you'd like to start.
Am I unmuted?
You are.
Thank you. This Virginia, I'm from email kjseaside@yahoo.com. What else did you want to know?
If you represent the organization.
No, I don't. My question is on the parts of the new rule that govern people who cannot be identified as non-citizens because the information is undetermined or indeterminate or something like that. Can you explain that further? And also explain how the general public is going to be able to find out if the citizenship of a person has been checked.
Thank you. So we're not responding to any comments or questions, but they will be reviewed during or after the public comment period ends. So I don't want you to be sitting there waiting for an answer. We don't respond in these hearings.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Else who wishes to make a public comment? If so, you can either raise your hand or come off mute. Karen, go ahead. Karen, can you hear me? Karen, if you can hear me, you are welcome to share your public comment. Any other public comments? B, go ahead.
Good morning. Thank you for this opportunity to talk. I appreciate it. I just want to say that the citizens of Oregon need to be confident that their vote is counting. When we have non-citizens voting or registered in our elections, that cancels out the vote of a true American citizen. And I think that's something that the state should be extremely concerned with. I don't know if this hearing has anything to do with this, but the chain of custody for ballots is so loose that no one ever knows where it goes from printing to, put in the ballot box. There are so many different people that can have access to it. When, a kid has lived in a house and then they move on and they live in another state, but the ballot is still coming to their home. That's a huge, I don't know, sometimes a temptation for someone to fill that ballot out and vote for that kid on their behalf. And the system for making a new voter is very simple. If that signature doesn't match what's on the system, they just send you a new voter registration card and you sign that voter registration card and wham, bam, you've made a new voter and it's not you. And that's very disheartening to me because how many times is that happening across our state? And then the other issue, DMV willy-nilly changing people's voter registration. You register as a Democrat, but you sell your vote, and then all of a sudden you're a non-affiliate. That's odd. And the non-affiliate is now the largest voting group in the state. That just doesn't seem quite logical to me. Knowing that 16-year-olds are registered to vote, and then when they're 18, their choice that they made, Democrat, Republican, whatever, is changed, and then they don't get to vote in a primary, is a rude awakening to the democratic process for a young person. And it's not something that DMV should have the control over, changing what a person chooses as their party they want to vote in. To me, it feels like they're violating their constitutional right of free speech because somebody else has made a decision for them. And I think that needs to be corrected in your system. But thank you very much for this time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And by chance, do you have an email that you can share?
Where, like in the chat for everybody to see?
I mean, it's up to you. We just, that way if we wanted to reach out or,
Okay.
it's just part of the record. It's up to you. You don't have to, but some people miss that part.
Oh, of the introduction?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Virginia, do you have something else to add?
Yes, I wonder why the rules don't have any kind of a retroactive impact as far as verifying the citizenship of all the other voters that are already on the voter roll. It seems to me that that's unreasonable and unfair that you cannot assure us that everybody that's on the voter roll is not a non-citizen. And it looks like you spent a lot of energy engineering these rule changes, but you didn't spend any time or study on assuring us that the roles are already correct, not including all the people that will be added by the interactions between the DMV and the OMV or the SOS. Thank you.
Thank you. And sorry, just to clarify with the emails, it is, we use the emails to send out the final rule when we get to that process in the rulemaking. It is not required that you share your email, but if that is something that you're interested in, you're welcome to. Okay, thank you, Virginia.
Thank you.
Yeah. For those who came in a little bit later, we're doing public comments. We have around 10 minutes or so that we can do public comments. So you're welcome to either raise your hand or come off mute. Again, we're doing a public comments. So if there's no public comments, then we just sit here until the hearing is adjourned. So like I said, we have about 10-ish minutes left for public comments. So if anybody would like to share their comment, please come off mute or you can raise your hand. Seeing there's no other comments, I will be on standby until they're, either the time is adjourned or the hearing is adjourned, or if someone chooses to share their comment. Virginia.
As long as no one else is using the airtime, I'd like to comment that I think it was unfair that you allowed various non-governmental organizations to take part in the RAC meetings, but you did not include any kind of a representative of the general public.
Thank you, Virginia. Kay Rogers, go ahead. Hey, if you can hear me, you have a couple minutes. Not sure if you're having some tech issues. All right, well, while we wait for Kay, Virginia, go ahead. Virginia, do you have something to add? You're muted if you're
No, I
talking.
could not figure out how to unraise my hand, how to lower my hand. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It just kept putting more hands up.
Okay, no problem. Hey, you're muted if you're able to unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me now? This is Kay Rogers. I'm not sure if you can hear me. I did see the muted mic and I unmuted it. But I'm just here to speak, if you can hear me or anyone, in general
Yes.
terms about your new laws. People are not accepting them. You're getting negative comments on this. The system has been gutted, has been devastated by the fiasco that we have all gone through with our voting. I'm not sure you can clean it up to where we're comfortable with it any longer, and I would like to see motor voter gone. I don't even know if you got all of that, but worth saying for my part. Thank you.
Yes, we could hear you. And
Oh,
thank
good.
you for your comment. Yeah, thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
We've got a couple more minutes if anybody else has a comment they'd like to share. Again, you can come off mute or you can raise your hand.
No.
We have 5 minutes left of this hearing. I can accommodate about 4 minutes for public comment. Again, if anybody has anything to add, you can just come off mute or raise your hand. Virginia.
I'd like to read Karen Schmidlin's comment in the chat. She says, in viewing the previous meetings, I see no resolution for the current system. I see no real verification that the person who is already registered is actually a U.S. citizen. I see no real solution for this, nor the willingness to do so.
Thank you.
And then
Virginia, I think you are muted. Virginia, you're muted right as you were starting to talk. So if you wanted to repeat what you said, sorry, for the next minute or two, go ahead.
Okay. Mia Anders also said in the chat, I will be submitting my comprehensive feedback regarding the proposed amendment to OAR 16500500170 before the end of the public comment period. I will write here, though, or however, that there are changes that are fundamentally flawed, currently unworkable, or too vague. And I agree with that comment. And I hope that Mia will expand on her comment orally in the next few minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Virginia. We have about 1 minute for public comment. All right, this is Colleen Benson. The time is now 12 p.m. on January 6, 2026, and this hearing is adjourned.